Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is Edwin and this is NDANGOH'S Diary. If you are just tuning in, please remember to click the subscribe button. For today's video, I'd like us to talk about ways in which you can introduce a topic or teach a topic in the classroom. There are three things that you must do here. The first step is to create a warm-up activity. Warm up. Basically, what you do with a warm up activity is like you think of a game. This game must have an objective. Like, for example, let's say you want to teach a topic like introducing yourself. You create a game of question and answer, for example. So, the question you're asking the students here is like, what's your name? The first student to raise his or her hand up to answer this question scores a point. So therefore, when you are asking this question, you're indirectly testing to see if the students already understand or know about the topic which you're teaching about. This is why it's called warm-up, because it helps the students to think, and it also helps you, the teacher, to see if they understand what you're about to teach. Therefore, your warm-up activity must be related to the topic that you're teaching. You shouldn't just think of any topic to do or any game to play. You think of something that is related to the topic, because what you want to do here is to get the students prepared psychologically. So if you're looking at introduction, you're asking questions like, what's your name? How old are you? And the students are able to provide answer. It means they already understand, they have ideas about what you intend to teach. And usually warm-up activity lasts between 5 to 10 minutes. The next aspect is the body, the lesson proper. After you must have concluded with the game, to start your lesson, you have to think of those important vocabularies, call it key points, themes, or concepts. Since we are talking about introduction, the first key point here would be the word introduction. What is introduction? You have to explain to the student that is a way of talking about yourself. Make sure they understand the key points in the lessons that you want to teach. That's the very first thing you have to do. When they understand the main key points in the lesson, it makes it much more easier for them to understand in the course of you explaining. So the first thing you think about the body is the key point. And after that, you go ahead with your explanation. In this case, your lecture, you present to them the material which you have for the day. And when you do that, you have to think of examples to demonstrate on how to use these key words that you've explained in the course of introduction. Like when you tell what introduction is, you give an example, maybe about yourself. Say, okay, this is me, your teacher. This is my first time in this school. I have to introduce myself to you guys. So I'll be like, hello, my name's Edwin. I am from Cameroon. That is how you explain yourself. So you see, by doing that, they understand that introduction is talking about your personal information. And you should be aware of time. Normally, most lessons is between 50 minutes to an hour. Other schools have 45 minutes to an hour. It depends on where you're working. So you have to be cautious here with time. This body or the lesson proper usually lasts between 20 to 25 minutes. And the final aspect of the lesson is conclusion or wrap up. Some teachers call it wrap up, others call it conclusion. To end the lesson, you have to be able to ask questions, important questions, to test the understanding of the students. In this case, you think of the key words that you introduce when you started the lesson. I spoke about introduction. You have to go back and ask like, okay, students, what is introduction? They have to tell you what it means, personal information. And you might want to ask, okay, can you introduce yourself to me, your teacher? You test to see if they actually understand what you taught. That is how you wrap up. And it's up to you, the teacher, to decide if there is continuation or follow-up of that lesson. If there is, then you might want to give homework, or you might want to give reading exercise that they may go home and read on that, because the next day when they come into the classroom, their mind is still fresh and they can quickly recall what you taught the previous day. Otherwise, you end the lesson like that. You shouldn't mix up your lesson of the day with other lessons. Remember, each lesson that you teach must be a follow-up of a previous lesson, or it should be an entirely a new topic. Never you mix two lessons together. It gets the students confused, especially young learners. So remember, each topic that you intend to teach must have three sections: warm up, body, and conclusion. Warm up is a way of introducing the topic, and teachers have different styles in doing this. Others use games, others might want to use songs, they play songs. Yeah, it all depends on you. And the second is a body. You decide on how you want to teach the topic, how to pass out the information. Here you might make use of technologies in the classroom, PowerPoint, TV, or computer, whatever. And finally, conclusion or wrap up. You end the lesson by asking questions to test the understanding of the students. I hope this helped. And like I said, please remember to click the subscribe button, like and share. See you next time. Bye bye.